Such a beautiful kingdom. But then, beauty never lasts.
I see something in you.
It was disappointing to hear that publisher Bandai Namco had dropped the excellent turn-based combat system of No Kuni to replace it with real-time combat for the sequel. Having played 2 challenging battles from No Kuni II here at E3, I'd be lying if I said I was totally convinced by the changes. But that's not to say the new combat system is a failure. It's a lot of fun, once you understand the quirks.
So long.
But let's start at the top. No Kuni II tells the story of King Evan Petty-Whisker Tildrum, the young, fox-eared ruler of the mythical kingdom of Ding Dong Dell. While a kindly character, Evan is considered too timid to run the kingdom and is ousted by his own people. Undeterred, Evan enlists the help of a human from the real world, a middle-aged teacher named Roland, in order to help win back his crown. Along the way, he meets the likes of Tanny, daughter of a group of pirates, along with tiny spirit creatures called Higgledies. Naturally, there's a cute sidekick to accompany Evan on his journey. Lofty is an adorable fairy that imbues Evan with wizard-like powers. Meeting Lofty atop the King's Cradle, a mountain only accessible with the help of Tanny's pirate planes, is an early quest, showcasing combat and the insanely kawaii, chibi-like visuals of the world map.
Are all King's Cradles so high up?
I suppose they need to be, because of the King's Wind.
So, this is where we get our Kingmaker, huh?
Before Evan meets Lofty, he must defeat Thog, a brutish beast with a short temper and a mean ground-pounding attack.
Well, I'm no expert, but if that statue isn't important, I'll eat my shoe.
Wanderer! Seekest...
It's coming from the statue.
I do! My name is Evan Petty-Whisker of the House of Tildrum.
Very well. Then Go forth, Evan Petty-Whisker of the House.
While largely real-time, there's still an element of menu mashing involved in combat. Square and triangle launch light and strong attacks, while holding down the right trigger brings up a choice of 4 special attacks and powers. These include a water attack, which requires a surprisingly precise aim to use, along with a pair of sword-swinging flurry attacks and a healing ability. All the while, Higgledies roam the combat area, launching elemental attacks, which are based on their colour. Red for fire, blue for ice, and green for healing. Being real-time, position is as important as the type of attacks you use, but the Higgledies introduce another layer of strategy. Each group will periodically glow, during which time Evan can give them a morale boost by joining them in battle.
I'm counting on you!
Combat is, by design, a much more frantic affair than that of No Kuni, with each swing of the sword accompanied by a quick dash over to the Higgledies to secure some much-needed backup.
What is that?
Their Kingmaker, Longfang!
He doesn't look happy.
And if we don't do something, it'll eat up this whole kingdom!
What? Then we have to stop Longfang!
You were not wrong there, my boy! Come on! Let's knock some sense back into Ultimate Steel, shall we?
A later battle is against a crafty dragon named Longfang. Longfang is a far more challenging opponent than Thog, with a devastating fire-breathing attack that pummels Evan's party. Here, the positional nature of real-time combat comes to the fore, with Evan needing to avoid falling boulders and blasts of fire while maintaining a steady stream of attacks.
Careful, man!
I'm counting on you!
Moving to a real-time system certainly hasn't made the game any easier. While the combat may have changed, No Kuni II is about the sum of its parts. The combat is entertaining and is strengthened by slick visuals, charming characters, and a story that, on paper at least, is every bit as whimsical as that of its predecessor. There's even online multiplayer promised. As I discovered then, change needn't always be a bad thing. No Kuni II launches on PlayStation 4 and Windows PC on November 10th. For more on the game, head over to arstechnica.com and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of our E3 coverage.
Don't just stand there! Do something!